The video you're watching right now can't be found anywhere else, featuring a small group of Bulgarian Minecraft players where at first everything feels ordinary. Players chat about getting on Skype.
Why shouldn't we use Skype?
One struggles with an internet issue.
Fix your internet.
Another fumbles with their microphone. But toward the end of the recording, things take a turn as our player steps out of the mine, noticing a blurry, unrecognizable head hiding behind a tree, watching, stalking, and only a blink later, they're gone, leaving behind no face, no name, no server message, only the question of who in the world was that? This would be a question that Redditors would strangely never add to the video posted on the r/Minecraft subreddit, with the post titled,
"Someone joined my world without a server join message."
and the description reading,
Was playing with a few friends, and I stepped outside for a second, and there was someone on top of a floating island. The server is whitelisted. Nothing popped up when he vanished, and he wasn't in tab list. Was that a troll or something?
and no real attention would ever be drawn towards it until I found it. And it didn't take long to find something else. In the comments, someone jokingly hints at Herobrine, yet a comment or two down, a rather cold one rests.
Not sure if my message got soft block on here for Avenue Lane. I'll post it on my profile if that's the case.
And when clicking through the profile, an unlisted YouTube video titled
The guy on the Minecraft subreddit
waits for me to hit play. The video opens up with someone unknown cutting down a tree. The sound of a nether portal can be heard in the distance before being revealed. And then, after the player has destroyed the tree, someone spawns in from the distance. Who is that?
Well, hello there, Laurent.
Quinn? Puzzled, the player we're watching looks up in confusion as this Quinn player slowly makes his way down the tower.
Did you really disconnect just to join on a new account?
It seemed to me that this Lolo player clearly had a friend who had recently disconnected, Christophe. This Quinn character pauses before beginning to type in French.
What are you doing?
Why are you typing like that?
After running around in circles for a bit, Quinn talks again.
I'm going to help you.
Help him? Help him with what exactly?
Do you not need to go?
Was this Quinn guy perhaps Christophe?
Is this not going to annoy your mother?
This Quinn player keeps sporadically running in circles, then he stops. Suddenly, the pace of the conversation changes.
Is your sister still here?
To Lolo, this had to be Christophe. How would this player know about his sister otherwise? He simply laughs.
You're an idiot.
But something here is wrong. Clearly, knowing about his sister wasn't creepy enough.
Where is her fur?
And here, Lolo's behavior changes as he backs up with something in the air seeming to have shifted, typing the name of what I can only guess to be the name of a dead family pet. Something so personal, Lolo himself had blurred it from the video.
The worms already ate it, didn't they?
Lolo still thinking this was his friend pulling a sick joke, he replies.
Christo, go away.
Quinn, however, and whoever he was, continues describing the horrible imagery of worms eating away.
I have seen them do it. I think would love it if she knew how you treated her.
It's unclear who Quinn is talking about here, whether he's referring to the family pet or back to Lolo's sister.
What is wrong with you?
You're like those worms in the ground, aren't you, Laurent? Pathetic excuse. I know you wanted to deny it.
What are they talking about now?
I know you don't want him knowing for a reason.
Lolo, unsure if it's his friend or a complete stranger, has finally had enough, and the video ends right here. This video, while seemingly simple on the surface, actually dropped a few clues that really stood out to me. For one, we finally had both a face and a name, Quinn. This seemed like the same person we'd seen in the Bulgarian video, but the real question was how? How had this person managed to appear in another player's world for the second time? That mystery alone was worth digging into, especially since the video's description had ruled out a big one.
There is someone I don't know on my server. I was playing around 11. It was bizarre, because he knew details about my life that were ultra personal. It wasn't Crystal.
If this wasn't just a friend pulling a prank and two completely different players from two entirely different countries having encounters in two separate versions of the game, this seemed like way more than just a simple coincidence. Like, how did Quinn know so much about these people, and what exactly was his motive? It's here I repeated what I had done on the previous Reddit post, this time scrolling down to the comments of the YouTube video, hoping to get a bigger picture, and finding that someone from the original Reddit post had left a comment.
What? Wait, this might be the same dude I met. I uploaded my recording on my channel.
Another recording on another channel. Was this still the same guy? There was only one way to find out. This short video opens up with a player in a boat. For now, there doesn't seem to be any sight of this Quinn character at all, and as our player rounds a corner in third person, more terrain renders in, until what seems like his house shows up from out of the fog. For now, no Quinn is in sight, and personally, I thought this video was genuinely a mistake. Nevertheless, I kept watching, as this player begins bone mealing trees inside what seems like an artificial cave, simply to chop them back down again. And here, he pauses at the perfect moment as Quinn joins the game, only to drop garble and then to leave, leaving our player completely confused. This, hands down, had to be one of the shortest ARG-like videos I'd ever covered. But one thing was certain, the garble Quinn had dropped in was some sort of link, a link directly sending me to Imager, revealing what looked like to me an abandoned bunker, with words "there are everywhere" written on the right hand side of the doorway, with "think of Dono" written beneath it. Even if the image was pulled straight from Google, it felt like Quinn was trying to send a message that he was hidden, off-grid, and extremely hard to trace. Yet I wanted to figure out who was Quinn. Why was he doing this and how? If all three players we had just watched had their servers in whitelist mode, this wasn't a coincidence, and pointing more towards the fact this was all intentional. Was this an admin possibly at work, abusing back-end access, or someone intentionally bypassing restrictions just to get a rise out of players? To me, there had to be more, so I turned back to the first original post, looking for details I had missed. And underneath the Herobrine comment I'd mentioned earlier, another user had replied,
"I think I have something too. Check my profile. It's in Spanish."
And when clicking through the profile, another video waited for me. This video opens up with a player running into a jungle, taking shelter underneath the tall jungle trees from the storm above. Just like the previous sighting video we had watched, this felt like our player was heading home, as if they knew their way around the jungle, jumping through, only to find a set of ladders leading to a cozy treehouse. It's here the player begins to look around, setting up torches, and where Quinn shows up again, saying the same opening line.
Well, hello there.
What?
Then Quinn begins to type in Spanish.
I'm here to help you. Let me help you.
I didn't whitelist you.
Quinn pauses from running, typing again before starting back up again with his sporadic running, just as he had done with Lolo.
I'm here to help you.
Huh?
The rain continues to pour down on the jungle trees, yet this doesn't discourage Quinn. Mateo, clearly confused at what this interaction is supposed to be, he continues to stare out at Quinn, and Quinn attempts to go for the kill.
Is Grandma rotting yet?
But it doesn't work. Despite Quinn's calculated plan, Matt hides behind his treehouse tree trunk, instantly banning Quinn before he can begin his taunting that we'd seen before, revealing instead what appeared to be a massive clue: Quinn's IP address. Was Quinn's mask starting to fall? Matt turns around slowly, nervously, checking if Quinn was still standing atop the same opposite tree, and with no sight of him, there's relief, closing the video here, and leaving me with a lot more notes than I had expected. Now, before we dive further into these notes, I have a message from someone who's lived absolutely rent-free for the last 12 years. You ready?
Hello, subscribe if you love your mom. Join the Discord in the description below. Subscribe if you want.
Did you get that? Okay, great. Back to the video. For one, the IP. I've never seen a Minecraft server ban someone and expose their IP like that, and when I searched it up on Google, it came up as a shared IP in Kazakhstan. What was a player from Asia or Eastern Europe doing on a heavily European server, a French server, a Spanish server, and then suddenly an American one? To me, this screamed that Quinn, whoever he was using a VPN. This whole thing felt intentional. Quinn was getting a real kick out of all of this. Not to mention, Quinn's behavior patterns were really starting to stand out. The same first message he always sent,
Well, hello there.
and how he capitalized every first letter, his movement, and how he dropped this friendly facade to tear into people's deepest secrets. It was clear a behavior pattern was starting to form here. Yet, none of this explained how he was getting personal information. Was he hired, acting alone, or doing this for a reason we still couldn't see? No matter the true answer, I had already found the next clip, this time as a comment on another Reddit post hidden in plain sight. We open up the video with a player mining down a tree. Whoever is playing here is using a texture pack that, if I'm honest, makes the game look like cheeks. And with no audio whatsoever, it didn't help its case either. Regardless, from here, the video blacks out, cutting back into the player in front of a house, talking to someone named Drew.
Recording.
Sweet.
I don't know how to do this, honestly. I'll just show people around, probably.
At this point, Sailor begins his tour.
Check out this little mountain home.
And after taking a quick peep in his furnace, Quinn joins.
It's...
Wait, what? Quinn didn't say the thing.
one of your friends?
Sailor?
The players seem confused, but I'm completely caught off guard by Quinn's behavior. Something feels different here.
Well, hello.
Hi?
Both Sailor and Drew seemed awfully confused.
How are you, Drew Longhorn?
Sailor opens his chat box, replying to Drew as Quinn stands completely still.
Who is this sailor?
I don't know. I didn't invite him.
Stands completely still. Shouldn't he be running?
Don't fret. It's okay. I'm only here to help. I heard you needed it. Especially with your sickness.
And with Quinn continuing to drop personal information, the boys keep trying to figure out how he joined in the first place.
How did you join?
None of that matters. I'm here to help.
Do you have TeamSpeak?
Only for his friend Uwe to cut in.
Why are you asking for TeamSpeak? Ban this guy.
And Sailor swings his banhammer, ending the video here. Something about this video was completely off, because after all of these videos, this didn't seem like him. For one, the way he spoke, the way he didn't move at all, even the strange order in which he typed, none of it matched the Quinn we had seen up to this point. The entire encounter felt like an imitation, as if a group of players were trying to wedge themselves into the mystery rather than actually being a part of whatever this thing was. The real question now was whether these players were behind any of the other videos, or whether this was just a one-time attempt to throw people off the scent. With this possibility being added to the pile, I then did something that I hadn't done yet. I decided to actually Google Quinn's full username, and what I found was totally unexpected. A creepypasta wiki post with someone named Quinn Clark. Slightly different spelling, but the name wasn't the most important part despite its similarity, because the Quinn they described would only join servers owned by the old Minecraft service Clio. Maybe the idea of this being an admin wasn't too far-fetched, but the strangest, most terrifying part was Quinn's knowledge of the player's personal life, which coincidentally matched the Quinn we had seen. And now with something external, beyond Reddit posts, giving me more confidence in the case, I wondered if there was anything I'd missed. So I turned back, looking at the very first video again and clicking through on the profile, where something new had only just been uploaded.
3 months ago, I saw someone in my Minecraft world. Today, I was sent this.
We find ourselves, oddly enough, on the Minecraft starting screen, where we hear Skype notifications and whoever we're watching is having a conversation off screen. They quickly head over to the direct connect in the multiplayer tab and begin typing in the server address, typing 229, fat fingering the 9, only to backspace onto 220. It's here another 2 Skype messages are sent over. They tap out to check it out before completely erasing the IP and adding one completely different, hitting connect instantly. And what loads in is pure insanity. For what seems like rows and rows of signposts with what appeared to be server IPs loads in on the Bedrock Superflat world.
What?
As confused as Adele is, I kept watching as the signpost just kept appearing, rendering in the distance. What in the world was this place?
Huh? Is this what he wanted to show me? Wasn't I going to troll someone?
Wait, what? Something he wanted to show? Trolling someone? Was this insinuating Quinn level trolling? Was this someone who unknowingly was perhaps friends with Quinn? My thoughts were racing just as Adele's, and once more, he opened his chat box to type.
Oh, I see how it is.
Did Adele think this was part of the trolling?
Are half of these real?
Perhaps a prank being pulled on him.
What kind of lunatic does this?
And as he starts to walk towards signposts that hadn't been filled in yet, I had a thought. If this was truly linked to Quinn, these were the servers he had kept on record. The servers that he had joined. Memorabilia, souvenirs of what worlds he had wreaked havoc on.
Even in creative, this is absurd?
Adele circles back to the signpost with IPs, paying more attention as he stops to get a closer look at a few, even leaving a trace of his existence.
Hello? I don't even understand what the troll here is. Is it just confusion.
Adao walks some more, then he pauses, almost as if he spotted something he shouldn't have. A signpost with an IP, one that even to me looked familiar. This was the same exact IP that Adao had typed in the beginning of the video, somehow ending up here instead. His friend had stopped sending messages. Was there a possibility that Quinn was in Adao's friend's server? The same server where Adao's friend was now playing alone, as his friend had mistakenly joined another, isolating Quinn's next victim. Adao opens his chat, putting both the IP from the signpost and the one sent through on Skype next to each other in the chat box. This didn't seem like a mistake. He steps back before destroying it, weirded out as he calmly walks on, tabbing back out once more to check if his friend had replied. But there's nothing, not a single word, not a single notification. And so he runs and runs, hoping to find something more. This bedrock field, designed to retain souvenirs of Quinn's doing, ran infinitely.
This does look really cool though. I dig it. Still confused.
He tabs out, to what I can only guess to be to check Skype once more.
This guy isn't answering. Awesome. Well,
and Adao disconnects from the world here. What in the world had I just watched? Everything in this video felt like speculation, even the world seeming to stretch on infinitely, as if hinting at Quinn's willingness or even intention to continue whatever he was doing. Despite it sounding confusing, to me it felt as if Adao's friend was in on this, possibly even being Quinn accidentally leaking his souvenir world, or the complete opposite, and in fact an orchestrated plan to isolate Adao's friend and mess with him somehow. If that sounds a little tricky to understand, I don't blame you, but one thing was for certain: if Quinn had targeted another player, then another recording, another Quinn sighting had to exist somewhere else on the internet. All that remained was to find it. And this is where for a while the Quinn case went cold. I held on to this video and I retraced my steps. I went back through YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, anything that could point in the direction of another Quinn video, trying to find something through all of November, only for a video to pop up a week before upload, hiding behind a profile that left a new comment on the French Quinn sighting.
Hello, help, not sure if you will see this, but he won't leave me be.
What was linked on the profile seemed like a Google Drive link, and from here, there was only one thing left to do. The video opens up in what seems like the void, with a bedrock patch and whoever we're watching in creative mode. For a moment, nothing happens. Whoever's recording is tapping out of the game for something, but what exactly remains a mystery. The video drags on like this, before Velok begins to type.
Why is it that when I try to bait him, he doesn't fall for it?
Hold on a sec, is Velok trying to attract and lure Quinn? It seems so. He pauses. Quinn appears on the bedrock platform, and Velok doesn't hesitate a single second to interrogate Quinn, as now Quinn seemed like the one trapped, isolated.
Okay, why do you keep following? Why are you like this?
Why are you like this?
Can you just leave me alone?
Quinn stops his sporadic running, only to reply,
Why would I?
You're achieving nothing. I just want to play the game, okay? Every single server I make, every server I join, you follow me around.
And yet he continues to run. To me, it came across as if Quinn's haunting had now become stalking.
You bypassed the whitelist, the bans somehow.
Judging from Velok's messages, Quinn had to have some form of admin permissions.
You keep following me. If you want something from me, tell me please, just tell me.
Quinn halts, stopping almost dead center to the bedrock platform, staring directly at Velok eerily. Now, this video sits in pure silence.
I want you to apologize.
For what?
Being an egomaniac.
Wait, what?
What ego? I don't matter.
You already chose every path you walked. Did you know that?
I've never picked anything.
It seemed Quinn's schemes hadn't stopped. He was still targeting people's personal trauma, people's lives.
Look deep down, Vianta. You just want to feel like a victim, to feel better about what you're doing to others. Maybe I'm not real.
What kind of tangent was this?
Or am I?
You definitely are.
No one else saw me, did they?
I'm so tired of you. I'm not gonna fall for that. Stop bouncing around.
Vianta.
I'm not gonna fall for that. Go away.
At this point, even to me, Quinn's running seemed basic, but Velok isn't having any of it. This is the first time a player has properly gotten through.
I'm just tired of you. I don't need another psychopath trying to...
Another?
Gaslight me with illogical bullshit every day.
Velok is doing something that no other person in these videos had done. He had flipped the script successfully, challenging Quinn.
What is wrong with you, Quinn? What step in your life made you just so? What made you pissed off at a random person for whatever reason, so much online that you try to dox them? You try to abuse their problems that you somehow know, just to try ruining their life and act like the bigger person. What is wrong with you?
Quinn this entire time hadn't given up on his mechanical behavior, still circling endlessly.
If I see you one more time, Quinn, you're dead, okay?
And Quinn disappears.
One more time.
His illusion of the greater entity didn't work here. He was now viewed as flawed. His own medicine was given right back to him. Had it truly worked? Velok lands on the bedrock platform, taking his time to process what had just happened. Was this truthfully the end? Was Quinn no more? For now, it seemed so. The way I looked at Quinn had just changed forever. For one, it sounded like his techniques were changing too, almost as if he had adjusted his approach. Not because he wanted to, but with nothing to help with or seem friendly about, it definitely threw him off guard. Quinn wasn't expecting Velok to trap him. All of this was purposefully engineered by Velok. It seemed that Quinn had been following Velok enough for him to also reach the same conclusions and figure out Quinn as I had from watching the other videos. What caught me off guard though was the comment about another. Clearly I wasn't going to get an answer or more personal information from this, but by reading through the lines, this either meant there was more than one Quinn, or a deeper personal experience here that Velok had with Quinn. Putting this to the side, the video itself seemed more meaningful than just, well, Quinn. It showed someone facing a fear. Quinn was making these players face their darkest, deepest personal experiences. And no matter whether these players banned Quinn, kicked Quinn, or put up with him, they all survived doing it scared. And with that said, yet another video hiding behind a profile that had also commented on the French post seemed to have a different angle. This time, rather than an enemy, a friend. This friend group's YouTube video opens just as you would expect, a fancy yet nostalgic YouTube intro and the presenting of friends, and when we slow it down, we find a familiar name, Quinn. This time presented as his real name, with instead the gamer tag August Sprints. The orchestrator, with the eerie bullet point, exists in his own separate realm of being. As creepy as this sounded, it all seemed like an intro someone would make mimicking cartoons, with roles given out to each player furthering whatever story they were about to tell. And that is exactly what happened.
Hello, welcome to the official Poisonous Trio channel.
With a player named Cyber Ninja explaining that the world they were playing on was only started 3 to 4 days ago.
We started it about 4 to 3 days ago, so it's nothing spectacular.
And that one of their friends, who builds buildings so well, would...
Buildings are probably going to make me and Quinn jealous, so we just make better houses as a result.
From here, I fast forwarded the video, where Cyber Ninja has decided to kick off his house tours.
Now let's look at the outside.
With the first house being Quinn's.
But for now, let me tour you around the houses. I'll do Quinn's first. Why not?
It doesn't take long for him to show off the environment before entering the small cozy house that you would expect from a newly generated server. And it's here Cyber got to talking.
So, this is the first floor. There isn't much to say about it.
Cyber goes on to explain the reasoning behind Quinn not having floorboards.
Quinn loves these little yellow flowers.
And so much so, he's even got a large, empty garden for it.
In fact, he made a garden. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's just a garden. I would have asked him why he made this, but I think it's funnier if I don't.
Only to then turn around to show off a large cobblestone statue.
Oh, there's a statue, by the way. Apparently, his name is Greg. Seems more like a John.
Despite the casual side to this video, I wondered where Quinn was, and as Cyber makes his way up to the second floor of Quinn's empty house, Cyber keeps talking.
He also has a second floor. It's empty, has these flower beds though.
And eventually heading back downstairs to show off the next house. However, before doing so, briefly turning around, only to notice that August Sprins, or Quinn as we know him, was standing in the corner.
Okay, that scared me a little bit.
Watching, staring, just as he had in previous videos. Strangely, as used to it as I was, Quinn seemed attracted and almost entertained by someone else's fear.
I know it wasn't just a little bit. How much was it?
A lot. How do you do this? You're like the next Herobrine at this point.
Maybe this was his motive all along.
I was honestly checking behind me earlier for you, and I still got scared.
Do you believe in Herobrine?
No.
That is for kids. Okay, good.
By the way, I didn't see a join message. When did you join?
I was AFKing, and then I saw you join.
Was this the answer to how Quinn had been in these other servers?
So, I took the opportunity to prank you.
Again, with the fascination around fear.
I hope it was scary.
It was.
You're doing a base tour, right?
Yeah.
You can keep going with that. I'll have to go AFK again.
It was around this part of the video I then skipped ahead further, where Cyber continues touring around.
Alright, now for the town hall.
Before turning around and realizing that Quinn needed to be reminded, well, to my best guess, to disconnect.
Wait, won't your mom get mad at you?
When walking back to Quinn's house, he's nowhere in sight. Only his name tag is visible through a wall. Was he in the wall?
Where are you? I can't see your name. I'm not playing Tom and Jerry, bro.
At this point in the video, things get slow. Cyber goes back to the townhouse and starts talking and rambling again, showing how empty and unfinished it all was. Just again, as you'd expect for a new server. And whilst doing so, Quinn is seen in the distance, building. At first, it's hard to tell what exactly, but again, skipping and fast forwarding through the video, I get my answer. As Cyber Ninja leaves the townhouse and heads towards Quinn, where it becomes clearer and clearer what exactly he had built.
Why? Are you building another, Greg?
More of these Greg statues. Was this implying, despite Quinn being surrounded by friends, that he was indeed lonely?
Are you good, bro? What's going on up there? Head empty?
Cyber types, but Quinn doesn't reply. And the video strangely ends here. What we just watched, to me, felt like Quinn before his shenanigans, with the version of Minecraft indicating that this video had taken place before the initial first sighting posted to Reddit. The first thing that really stood out to me was Quinn's odd tendencies were already beginning to poke out, featuring themselves gently throughout this friendly recording. The curiosity behind how he had managed to jump scare Cyber by creeping up on him, and the habits of typing with the spaces between his expressions all stood out as Quinn, along with how somehow he had managed to get on the server with no join message, with even Cyber pointing it out. And lastly, not to mention the odd statues. Sure, they were charming and maybe they were just a funny structure to build. However, the consistent theme of building these statues and the fascination with the yellow flowers scattered all over and around Quinn's house were all elements to question. To me, the motive behind all of these videos felt blurry, and that wasn't because there weren't explanations. It was because Quinn's behavior didn't point towards a clear goal. There was no escalation, no final reveal, no moment where things tipped from unsettling into outright attack. Yeah, I mean, you've seen it too. Quinn never hit a player. Each encounter ended the same way. Quinn appeared, disrupted a sense of normalcy, and vanished, which reframes what motive even means here. Most intrusions online are outcome driven. People want reactions, attention, leverage or control. They push it until something breaks. Quinn rarely did. Instead, he hovered at a specific moment. The instant a player realized something was wrong, he didn't need fear to spiral. He didn't need it to grow. He only needed it to see it register. And once that moment had passed, once a player mocked him, challenged him, or refused to simply engage, Quinn stopped behaving the same way. He didn't escalate, he didn't adapt, he left, which suggests Quinn wasn't working towards an outcome. All this time, I was trying to find that when he was just repeating a process that I would never quite fully figure out, as even his reasoning to why he started this all in the first place and how he managed to get these players personal, deep information would still remain a real mystery. And I wondered, what now? What else was there to explore? Was Quinn even still out there? It didn't seem so. With the trail of Quinn's videos drying up here, I was faced with the 5 variables that I had gathered through this video. The unknown weirdo, the server admin learning best how to abuse his power, the methodical, possibly hired mythical griefer, the imitator of a creepypasta, and the unwell, the obsessed. All 5 of these cards reflected Quinn. Whichever was closest to the truth is honestly up to you. And if you can't settle on one, a 6th option remains.
Interesting, right?